All right, guys, so we are here at the Thrive Conference 2022 at the beautiful Westin in Fort Lauderdale. Black Men in Tech as well. I'm here with Mr. Marcus Taylor. How are you, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
It's good. Appreciate. Good, man. Good. Thank you for asking. Just want to have a quick conversation with you as far as everything with Black Men in Tech and the Thrive Conference as well. But before we actually get into that, if you can actually give me a little bit of a background about yourself, then we can get started.
Yeah, VP of Account Management or Sales at Carrot. Been there for almost a year. Previous to that, I was at Indeed for 10 years. So been in the tech SaaS space for a while now. Right now, really trying to grow out our team, really trying to make sure we're expanding and making sure that our clients are getting the best service with the market that we're facing.
Cool, man. Cool. So, if you can please, share with me, in your opinion, like how important a conference like Thrive Conference 2022 is for the Black community, and especially for Black men as well.
Yeah, look, I think it's pivotal, right? I don't think we get our community together enough in a positive light, and I think by getting so many people that are successful and really strategic in the way they think, really have the same purpose, and really getting that exposure to a lot of different individuals, as well as building our community and our network up, I think it's going to drive a lot more success and a lot more bonding within, and really hopefully propel us as we head into 2023 and beyond.
Yeah, no, definitely. You mentioned actually the word network.
Yeah.
With you, within your thoughts, how pivotal is your network when it comes to getting into tech, getting certain jobs? Because you can't not know anybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have some type of network in order to leverage that and try to get a job or maybe start your own company. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, I mean, your network is going to be your lifeline, right? So the more people you have in it, the more robust conversations you could have, the more you're going to learn. And I think really good conversation we just had up on the stage was like, you need people in your network that are going to be brutally honest with you. So it's not always going to be things you want to hear, right? But it's going to be things that you need to hear that are really going to help you get to where you need to. But without that network, to your point, it's going to be tougher for you to get into some doors, right? So networking and how we're using it is going to be extremely pivotal just across all fronts as you continue to move.
Yeah, no, definitely. So one of the, I guess the common denominator question or topic in this conversation is that, for the most part, the Black community may have a misconception when it comes to tech. They think that they have to have like a 4-year degree, they need a coding, they need to know everything about coding back and forth and engineering and all that, which is clearly not the case.
Yep.
So why do you think so many Black people are kind of have anxiety when it comes to that? What do you think is and what are one of the best ways to present that hey, listen, you know what? You don't need that.
Yeah, I think first of all, the anxiety comes from what we see, right? Our community doesn't have a lot of exposure to Blacks in tech, right? Outside of just the engineers and so on and so forth, as you mentioned. I think one way to counteract that is, like we said, early exposure, really getting people in this network that we had today, get in front of our community and start talking a little bit more about what their jobs actually are, right? Like I'm in sales, I'm not in the tech side, I'm not an engineer, I'm not building, but I'm a pivotal part to how we get to where we have to get to.
Yeah.
I think the other part is making sure that we continue as leaders and as people that have found success in this industry to continue to reach back and pull the next person up and build upon and really make sure that they're achieving more than we achieve so that we're setting the tone and we're setting the standard that we're all trying to accomplish.
Do you frequent here in South Florida?
No,
not
much, no.
Because I'm definitely seeing a pipeline when it comes to people in the Maryland and DC area coming to Miami, but now you live in Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Is there a presence in tech when it comes to in the Black community in Austin? And if you can kind of talk about that as well too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a presence out there. Look, I think anywhere you go, whether it's DC, Florida, wherever it is, it's definitely going to be a presence. And that kind of goes back to my original point. We got to make sure that as we are in these industries, we continue to reach out and we continue to drive those conversations forward, right? Because you don't want to have to search for that community. You don't have to search for that network. It should be something that's easily accessible and really helping people understand or guiding or mentoring or whatever you want to call it to really help them understand what the options are and how we can actually be successful in it. So yeah, Austin has a good network. DC obviously has a great network.
Great.
Maryland's a great network. Florida, I'm learning just meeting everyone here. It's an unbelievable network, and Cam someone I actually worked with a while ago. So I think the network is pivotal, and I think it's everywhere we look.
No, definitely. What are the key takeaways in this Thrive Conference that you can actually take away from right now?
Look, man, I've met a lot of new friends and mentors that I'm going to actually be able to leverage
Good.
off of, and hopefully I meet some individuals that I can help out and start to drive a little bit more conversation with on my end as well to be able to promote more opportunities and really understand what some hurdles they're facing, because maybe I've experienced and I can leverage me and kind of push through there. But I think the biggest highlight so far is meeting these individuals that I've had an opportunity to talk to.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing to honestly have like some type of fellowship like this, for not even just black people, but
Yeah.
black women too, but also black men too. 'Cause
Yep.
we don't necessarily do this.
No, we don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very, very refreshing to actually like have this specific push and this specific movement to get black men involved, honestly, in tech, because like there's definitely a lot of opportunities for like generational wealth as well too,
Yep.
and to set up your families as well. Number one, I appreciate you having this conversation with me. If you can give me your Shimmy's plugs or where we can definitely find you on your social medias and everything else too, if you don't mind.
Of course, LinkedIn, Marcus Taylor, very simple right there.
Cool.
My Instagram is Mr. MT05. But yeah, I'm around. I think the biggest thing I'll say, and I said it on the stage, and the biggest piece of advice I'll offer as we continue to go through this is the ability, to your point, to really drive conversations like this for the black men, I think is really impactful, because we don't have that vulnerable part of us that we always share. So to be able to do something like this in this environment, meet people that we're meeting, and so on and so forth is really pivotal, and I just appreciate everyone putting it together so that we can actually come together and have a great end of the year.
Cool, my man.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, man. Thanks for the conversation.
All right,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.